Like they always say, there is no smoke without fire. Whenever you see fire, you must know that there is smoke. Wherever you see smoke, you must also know that there is fire somewhere. The deputy president of Kenya have just responded back in a very harsh way to the president of EFF, Julius Malema. You all know that the president of EFF, Julius Malema, was visiting Kenya a couple of days ago. And as he was busy giving this speech in the African Institute, the president of EFF had called for the president of Kenya, President RUTO, on what he does. It does not match to what he had promised people during the campaign. Yes, we had talked about it in details. But I'm here for us to focus at least on what this deputy president of Kenya had said as a response to the president of EFF, Julius Malema. Let us have a listen first.
This interaction and continuous consultation is healthy, so that what happens in South Africa, we can learn from there, you know. And the president from South Africa, one of your people came here to try to lecture us about this country. He came in the morning. By 2:30, he knew more than ourselves who have lived here for the last 50 years. So we want you to learn from here and quietly whisper your good ideas to these people, so that when we visit other countries, we share our experiences quietly. We don't go to lecture people from other countries, because it's an African. It's not good. When you are a visitor, you come to my house. Even if I'm not swept well, you don't have to tell me. You just look around and you can whisper to somebody on your way out that you could have done with a light touch, of course.
That is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, responding back to what the president of EFF, Julius Malema, had said in his country. You heard him very well. You heard what he had to say. And listen to him very well, beside his criticism in his replying back to Julius Malema. He said something that come in my mind, you know, like for an example, when he said that when you are a guest or when you are brothers, and it happened that you are having some conflict among yourself as a family with your fellow brothers, well, you don't need to go out and shout to everyone, but you need to come closer to that individual and talk to them calmly. Well, in other words, this man is trying to say that Julius Malema, what should have done with those reproaches that he had against President RUTO, is something that you should have done it quietly. Talk to them behind closed door. In other words, they were expecting Julius Malema to write a letter to President RUTO asking him to meet him, so that they'll go and sit somewhere and then we'll start telling President RUTO of what he had done as wrong. Now, I have a question for you. The way you know Julius Malema, the way you know the person called Julius Malema, do you think Julius Malema have time for that? Because we all know that Julius Malema is an outspoken person. He don't hold what is in his mind. He speak it as it is. Julius Malema, he speak his mind as it is. If he sees something, he speak it right there. This is the same man who had said that he believed in speaking the truth.
I don't know if you'll regret inviting me after this. But my problem is that I tell my truth as is, and I say it to authorities without fear or favor.
So for him, as long as his conscience tell him that I'm telling the truth, then he don't mind. He will tell you wherever you are seated, whatever you are doing, that is your business. He don't care, actually. Julius Malema have done that before. And he done it with many leaders, whether it is inside South Africa, whether it is with the Europeans, whether it is with African leaders. He speak his mind. He don't beat around the bush. So when this deputy president of Kenya trying to suggest this to Julius Malema, do you think that Julius Malema was going to do it? I don't think so. Because Julius Malema is an outspoken person. Julius Malema is a man who have to come and speak exactly according to what he heard or saw from the TV as well. When President Ruto was going around during his campaign, or even after his election at the beginning of his mandate, telling the Africans, the world, the people of Kenya, telling them that no, we need to do this, we need to have our own money, we can't trade with a US dollar, we can't do that. All these promises that he was making, it was not behind closed door. He was not doing it on in his house with his women and his children. I don't think so. He was speaking loud. That is how all of us far away from Kenya, we end up loving him for all those promises. We end up believing in his political visions for all these words that he used to say during his campaign. So how come now he's expecting Julius Malema to go ahead and talk to him in secret? I don't think so. And trust me, as I said at the beginning of this video, there is no fire without smoke. There's no smoke without fire. This deputy president can't come out in the media to grill Julius Malema like this when the president himself, RUTO, is not aware about it, or when he did not hear such things coming from the mouth of President RUTO. It's just that President RUTO maybe is trying to keep that casket as of a president. He don't want to lower himself to the point of start responding back to Julius Malema. But one of these days, even through an interview, you'll hear what this man will have to say about Julius Malema. So these are exactly his words, but he had to send someone to come and announce or say it in the media. Now, how did he even get here? Because I have told you before that this is the same man who went on his official Twitter account, which is now we're calling X, and congratulating Julius Malema for what the truth that Julius Malema had said against his oppositions. Do you guys still remember after the elections, or after President RUTO was announced as the winner of election in Kenya, how these opposition leaders, they were all standing against him, criticizing him and trying to make things hard for him? So Julius Malema come and try to hammer them and tell them the truth right into their face. Why these oppositions, is it Odinga or Odinga? I forgot the name, but you can correct me if you are watching us from Kenya and you know the man that I'm talking about. But let me just call him an opposition leader. Why this opposition leader never had a courage to come back and respond back to Julius Malema or criticize Julius Malema of what Julius Malema had said? Why this opposition leader, after Julius Malema had grilled him that way, he never come back and do what this deputy president of Kenya is doing right now? So sometimes, these are the signs showing that the truth always hurts. Because looking at it, you can tell already that for people of Kenya seeing this deputy president coming in media and start attacking Julius Malema back, well, it shows that Julius Malema is saying the truth. And it shows that they are afraid that their opposition leaders, opposition parties, they will take the Julius Malema words and use it against them. Now they are trying to kind of like wiping off of whatsoever they have done wrong, or maybe, you know, because come to think of it, Julius Malema said these words about President RUTO, the mistake that he did when it comes to people of Israel.
Tell President RUTO that the people of Palestine are what Mau Mau was. Tell President RUTO that the people of South Africa are what Palestinian people are today. Where our land get encroached, where our land just get taken, and we get killed on our own land, we get tortured on our own land, we get imprisoned on our own land. When we fight, they say we are terrorists. This Nelson Mandela you celebrate, for 27 years he was in prison because he was a terrorist. What crime did he commit which the Palestinians are not committing? His crime was to fight for the liberation of the people of South Africa and the oppressed world all over, including the people of Palestine.
After Julius Malema had criticized President Ruto for doing what he did, to go publicly and support the Israel, all the crime that they are committing in Palestine. Julius Malema, after he denounced this and tell the world, all Africans, that no, this is not us. We can't support this kind of things. Especially, we can't support something we know very well that people are behind this, that the open eye masters, the US, France, British, all of them combined together. We can't go as Africans, we can't go and support this kind of people, because we know already that these people, they see their own interest. They've never been there for other people's interest. So for me, I feel so embarrassed and I feel ashamed to see other Africans who are going to support this kind of behaviors. Julius Malema, what he did, he spoke the truth. I have to say this. We also President of Kenya, President Ruto, he went and corrected his mistake. He ended up realizing that I'm on the wrong side. I should join my fellow Africans to be on the right side by supporting Palestine people, because innocent people are being killed there. Julius Malema corrected him like today. Tomorrow, the President of Kenya came and said these words.
Deal with the challenges that are going on between Israel and Palestine. We believe that terrorism cannot be an answer to any conflict. Neither is occupation. We believe that Palestine should be a free state, and we stand for a two-nation solution as a means of resolving the conflict in that region.
He corrected himself, saying that no, after seeing what is happening, I'm no longer with Israel. I respect Israel, but we are supporting Palestine. So you can see that what Julius Malema said, it was really making sense. He did not say like someone was crazy or being crazy. No, the man, he knew already that no, this was not the right move, and he had to tell the man. At least, even President Ruto did not take it well, but Julius Malema, with the rest of the world, they know that no, the truth is being said. And as for African countries, there's no way that we can have this kind of things on our side, whereby we know that the West, they are all involved in it. So, what now would be their friendship now that they have done all this? Julius Malema went all the way to Kenya and said what he's supposed to say over there. And the Kenyan government, through their deputy president, came back and lashed on Julius Malema as well. What would be their relationship? Is Julius Malema now going to have the same language as the one of the opposition leaders, Odinga, if I still get the name correctly? Or is he going to keep the same language, to talk good about President Ruto? That is the question. But let me give my point of view. Knowing someone as Julius Malema, I don't think that he have the side to take on this one. Trust me. I know that man very well. Not like my pocket, but I know a couple of things, and you can tell the kind of a person he is. The man can be very respectful to those who deserve to be respected. And he can be disrespectful to those who deserve to be disrespectful. That is Julius Malema for you. This is the same man yesterday. He condemned what the opposition leaders they were doing in Kenya.
We want to make a call in Kenya, especially to Comrade Raila Odinga. Stop doing what you are doing. Do not disrupt Kenya. We need peace in Kenya. The President William Ruto was democratically elected in Kenya. I will not allow you to use the people of Kenya to destabilize the peace of Kenya.
And today, he condemning what the man that he supported yesterday is now condemning what the man is doing. And they give him that benefit of doubt. For example, when he said that, I don't know whether President RUTO will correct his mistake. I don't know whether President RUTO will respect his promises, because lately I don't even recognize him anymore, because Julius Malema was hurt. That is something that if I was a President RUTO or this deputy president of Kenya, I should have considered that we had disappointed our fellow African brother who believe in us, our fellow African brother who was applauding for us when we said that we want one currency for the whole Africa. We want to have one language for the whole Africa. The same fellow brother who applauded for us when we put visa free for Kenyans, for all Africans in Kenya. Now when they see us putting a red carpet for a murderer, as someone that his parents, they have committed serious crime, not only in Africa, but in your country. Obviously, Julius Malema was disappointed, and I don't believe it's only Julius Malema was disappointed. All of us, we were disappointed, because when President Ruto welcomed King Charles in Kenya, we did not see where the King Charles went and apologized for their nonsense that they have done. Actually, the men did the same thing that the King of Belgium did in DRC. After all the crime that Leopold II have done in DRC, when his grandson or his son, or whoever they call themselves, arrived there, though the Congolese people did not want to welcome him, the men could not have the courage to apologize, at least for the wrongdoing that his parents they have done. So, them, they don't want to ask for forgiveness, because they can see already that how can I go and ask a black skin forgiveness? That is what is in their mind. The day they will do that, they feel like they will perish from this world. That's what is destroying them. That is what is giving them that hatred, because they believe that black skin Africans should always be seen in the low space. They should always be down on their feet. That's what is killing them. So we have seen this kind of things many places, how these people they behave. Recently I visited one restaurant somewhere, a very nice restaurant. When I get there, I found one full table, long one. And it looked like maybe someone was celebrating a birthday. And that table, it was all full in white. I'm referring to the white people, full of them sitting there. I'm like, okay, let's wait and see. Maybe there's still like 2 seats which are still empty. We'll see even one black child will come over there and sit with them. Until I left that place, I did not see any black child to that table. Then I end up telling the person I was with, I'm like, now you will understand that the problem is not Africans. We don't have problem with anyone. We are so friendly. We eat with everyone. We chill with everyone who feel free around us. But the problem is on the other side. That is me. But if you go in the point of view of Julius Malema, will tell you that the problem with these people, the problem of this other race, is they don't want to see black Africans as someone in their life. And they don't want even to consider what a black child have to say to them.
That's why we will be the most hated people, because we want you not to be treated like monkeys, because you are not monkeys. And anyone who says you are not monkeys is an enemy of those who see you as monkeys. Every time I speak, these people understand my message very well. Leave the noises they are making. They know what I mean. I mean that they must share a table with a monkey. That's what they are hearing. That we can wake up one morning and sit on the table as equals with a monkey. What is this guy saying? It's not going to happen, that. This guy is a problem. And then they start bringing all types of problems against this guy, because this, that you must be on the same table as white people must be suppressed. No one must say.
That's why you see them in everything they do. They just want to isolate themselves from Africans. And that's what made this king, whenever they were over there in Kenya, he could not even have the courage, him and his wife, to apologize at least for the wrongdoing that they have done to the people of Kenya. So guys, the truth is that Julius Malema said whatsoever he said because he was disappointed in his fellow African brother, whom had a good preaching to preach about the unity of Africa and everything, but at the same time, is still welcoming people who supposed not to be welcome. Because, you know, looking at it, I don't think someone like a Julius Malema will ever welcome these people in the Union Building in Pretoria, especially in the red carpet. I don't think so. Besides that, I don't see Julius Malema going as a president of the republic. Of course, I'm not talking about as a Julius Malema like an individual. No, I'm talking about as the president of the republic. I don't see someone like Julius Malema going to embark himself in the bus with other African head of the state for them to go and see one so-called king somewhere or a president of another state in America. I don't see Julius Malema doing that. Perhaps he might send someone as a Naledi Pandor, who's the foreign minister, which I doubt actually can even do that, because doing that again, it is a way of you recognizing your colonizer. And that is something I don't see Julius Malema doing it. So this is something that each and every Africans who have the language, who have understood that there is a lot that these people have caused to Africans, and we need to stop this now. This is something that everyone's supposed to be embracing. And not, you are saying one thing today and tomorrow you go, you change, you do something else. Guys, we shall wait and see what will happen. We'll come back again and try to respond back to Julius Malema, or whether it's Julius Malema is going to reply back to them again. But for now, that will be all. And we really appreciate your time watching this video, because that's what we had prepared for you this evening. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch it, but do us a favor before you leave. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, and give us your thumbs up. We really do appreciate, because it helps us to reach even more audience out there. For now, continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon. Ciao, ciao.